I do think I send the swamp fox not to patter. It's not going to patter down the route, but I mean, does the swamp fox just? I think I will focus on its senses, particularly maybe its sense of smell, and
hearing,
I mean,
especially
hearing as well. But I mean, is the swamp fox? When we encounter this, does the swamp fox pick up anything unusual?
I'm glad you asked that. I was actually just kind of pulling up some information here. What your familiar will let you know is that it's scared. It doesn't like this, and it's if you got close in, she'd probably start barking or yiffing, barking. What the sound that the foxes make. So it's that's apprehension when you get near the rope thing, but otherwise
we'll just head over that without touching anything and traverse in the way that my outdoor survival has suggested that we go.
Okay,
you want to? We're staying oriented, is what that role pretty much says. We're not getting lost, not stepping into stuff.
Do you want to step over it, or do you want to go around?
Tell me a little bit more about this immediate terrain. I sort of was under the impression that it was like going right across our path, but am I imagining that wrong?
No, not really. It kind of goes across. But I mean, it's definitely you can see the end of it, so it's not something you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to go around a ways out, but you can see where the source kind of is. But it's kind of a choice if you want to go over it or if you want to go around it.
There's no good answer to this one. I strongly suspect that. And we're not talking, it's not like enormous, right? I mean, you could step over this.
You step across it. It's about like an arm.
Right.
Like that. It's like a.
Yeah. That's, you know what? I think we're going to be a little bit cautious, but the idea of actually going to one end of it actually sounds almost worse. So, on reflection, maybe that's a bad guess, but I'm going to say that we will one by one cross, and that the spearmen are going to, me included, will have weapons up. We're all going to be alert. One person's going to cross at a time. We're going to treat it as if it's kind of like a chasm. We're going to treat it as if it were, a dangerous fall. Step across one by one. Maybe even I'm not going to go so far that we actually use rope or anything, but there's definitely going to be on the first person. Everybody should be kind of ready to see what happens. So I'm sending. Let's see, our dwarf has short legs. I'm sending Rella first, and then I will follow.
Okay. Okay. So when Rella agrees, absolutely no problem there, no hesitation. However, the familiar is kind of hesitant, is jumping in front of her and trying to stop her from going.
Okay, but interesting. I'm almost willing to take the familiar's point of view here, but you know what? No, we're doing it.
Okay. Okay. Well, Rella takes a step across the rope or whatever it is, and we get just 1 second here. Let me get up my.
Oh no!
Should have already had this one.
Here it comes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I got mine out now. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, she goes across the this root thing, and her foot touches it as she goes across. Just you notice, just barely scuffs it, and it immediately curls up and starts flailing and sucks back, and it's goes off into the mist a ways, and you can hear some movement, and you hear movement in several places around now. But
okay, so
you can't
tripped.
see.
Yeah, we tripped the alarm. All right, good enough. All right, everybody. The three. It's this was frankly this was inevitable, and hey, you know what? Now we show what we're made of.
All right, yeah.
So what is Rella armed with? What's her weapon?
A sword.
Okay, so
Just a long
spearmen
sword.
will deploy. Robbie, I'm sure, has plenty of notions for his character, but the two spearmen will deploy effectively in opposite directions. Whereas Rella and Hade, who is also sword armed, if I'm not mistaken, is that right?
Hey, yes.
Okay, so the two swords people are going to be, so we're effectively back to back, the two spearmen, not close, but somewhat, in the space between us and facing in opposite directions. So we're basically covering the entire field of vision are the two swordsmen. So
you're prepared. You're preparing for being swarmed.
Exactly correct.
Right? Okay.
Now, where does Pixie want to be in regard to this? Do you want to be in the middle? Do you want to be next to one of the spearmen? I mean, how do you want to deal with this? I'm letting you. I'm not telling Pixie you what to do at all.
Correct. Yeah, I think Pixie is going to be in the middle and kind of wait there and assess what seems to be coming out of the swamp.
All right. So we're going to make this formation, and then we are going to slowly traverse in the direction that we were going as we, get ready. I am also going to suggest that, again, sort of suggesting into the air, if anybody's listening, that no, do we need to worry about that? No, never mind. I'm not. Okay, we're fine. I had an idea.
All right.
Not going to go with it. All right.
Put it in your back pocket. Save it for later. Okay. You hear as you start to get on by this whatever. You do hear some unearthly moans and growls and grunts coming from and sloshing coming from in that general area where the thing went back to. So, but you don't see anything, and from the sound, it sounds like it's a good ways away.
Really? Okay.
Do you want to just keep moving forward,
we'll keep moving, and as things progress, I'm going to ask if our fox can kind of keep point, and let Pixie and the fox kind of keep us moving forward, as the spear people, and first we'll kind of not really be backing along, but we'll be traveling in a way that the spears are points in that direction. I'm going to have the three of them keep their eyes in that zone, but then I'm going to skirt up to the front and start using my eyes on the situation where we're going. I mean, I like Pixie and the Swamp Fox as much as anybody, but I don't really feel like being walked into quicksand by them. So I'm going to, go up and and do sort of eyes front, for all of that.
This is definitely your specialty here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So.
But yeah, we're keeping senses focused in the direction of all the commotion that we've caused.
All right.
I will do this thing where I kind of clap Rella on the shoulder in kind of a could have happened to anybody kind of way.
Oh, she blushes.
Oh, she's a blusher.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have figured that. All right, on we go.
Okay. Now, I would like to get, because this area is the fog is really thick, and there's not really any good large landmarks to where you can kind of navigate successfully.
Now we're in the confusing part. Fantastic.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get kind of dangerous. Now, the last time we did the outdoor survival, but I think I would like to get a travel this time.
All right.
I think that would be the correct one.
You're hating me today. I got me a 13 out of 13. 13 or plus, 13 plus, and I got my 13 roll. So this is amazing, Robbie. You remember Shining Star, right? I did not make my characterization sort of gimme skill checks. It always went really badly. So
always that one negotiator that just kind of scoots by.
Never can. Yeah, never really negotiates. Yeah. But in this case, I'm validating my character concept. I do make my traveling, and whether it's barely making, right? Because I nailed the number. Minimum is up to you. I read the rules were like real. There's no gradations of success, but the Darkurthe Master is free to play with. Oh wow, like you did with the 30, right? It wasn't. It was like, wow, that's way up there. Or the same thing with this. Same thing with this one. It's maybe I barely made it. I don't know.
What I'm going to say here is that you have managed to course correct at this point. You're really close to a place where you were kind of going
lost for a bit. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And where you're at now is a place that's close to an old mill, like an old windmill.
Ooh,
that you are actually it's an old like abandoned windmill that has been kind of occupied by a guy that calls himself a sorcerer. You don't really know if he is or not.
Wow.
Mordak.
Holy cow,
and he's
really?
just a weird old guy, really. You might think he is a sorcerer, you might not. He's not really done anything particularly amazing.
Right.
He's a weird old guy in the mill. So,
is this somebody that one of us has heard about before? I mean, like, is this kind of completely out of the blue, or is there any kind of sense that we've heard about somebody living out here like this?
He keeps to himself, and there's people that live out in the borderlands. A lot of them are kind of like. I don't want to say the word barbarians, but they're kind of primitive people that just kind of keep away from the El Wraithy city.
That's good, because we usually give them jobs like cleaning urinals and stuff, and they don't like that. So I get that part. Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but he is somebody that just kind of keeps to himself. But you do happen to know of him. I mean, you've visited him before. He's helped with wounds and things like that. If you got injured, got bit or something, he's definitely the herb guy, whatever.
Really?
So,
all right then. Well, if we knew about him, then I presume that we came with maybe something to give him or something like that. I can unwrap the latest, yummy fruit or something, or brought him something that's.
If you would like to do that, that's definitely not a problem. I mean, like I said, he keeps himself. He's more of an herbalist kind of person, and he does, venture and sometimes just looking for some of the harder to find, like mandrake and things like that he uses for his whatever it is he does. But I mean, as a matter of fact, if you want to find something and take it to him, that would be an option too.
You mean like I'm sorry,
like
something that I brought with me, or something that I look for now?
Oh, either one. Like if you happen to want to try to find any type of herb, of course, with the strange, loud, splashing things, you may not want to.
I'm not really in the mood to go hunting around for plants. I'm not a plant lore guy anyway, so I'm going to suggest instead that we'll say hi to Mordak and apologize for bringing sloshy zombies upon him if we did. But mainly, just to touch base with them, say, hey, we're out here stomping around. We might come back all cut up or something. Here's a banana. Brought it for you.
Oh,
or something like that. Right?
Really,
something like that.
Okay,
something yummy. Right. I brought him.
He's really happy. Right. He's a little rotund. So.
Oh, I see. So, well, what I have in mind is, basically, I never told anybody that we're with. Nobody in the traveling group knew that I had like this yummy delicacy. So they're all like, "You had one of those?" I'm like, "That's for him." So.
Okay.
Well, so maybe Mordak can give us some insight into what these sloshy things are. They seem like they're neighbors of his, so maybe he's run into them before.
Oh yeah, yeah. That sounds like a trap, for sure. That is, and he puts his hand to his head. He's very pretentious and very flashy.
Yes, sure. And right. I got you. Right.
This is a beast of the swamp that, yes, this is a dangerous beast. And anytime you see a rope like that, that's not a rope. That's part of the beast reaching out and feeling for you. So don't step over, go around.
Oops.
But be careful.
Okay.
Be careful, for if you go the wrong direction, it could be dangerous.
Oh, you'll end up with the source. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, very dangerous.
Okay, well, I'm kind of glad that we didn't, sorry that we didn't listen to the fox, but that's my sign. Now on. Fox.
Follow the fox, right?
The fox.